suggested that I create a video and go live and speak about why one should wake up early. So waking up early has been something that I've been doing for 2 years now, ever since I read the book called The 5 a.m. Club. And the thing is, it's so funny because before I actually found the 5 a.m. Club, I remember getting to a point in my life where it was weird. It was like I knew that there was a change that needed to be had. I knew that I needed to wake up earlier, right? Because at this point I was waking up around 10, 11 p.m. 11 a.m. sorry, every single day, and I had started reading a little bit more, so I started getting more into just educating myself in self-development. And then I realized that waking up early is important, but I didn't know what to do when I wake up early. Like, what is it that one should do? So then I happened to be in a bookstore and I saw the 5 a.m. Club, and it caught my eye. I read the book and it was freaking amazing. It was the best book ever. I could not put it down. It was just amazing. It was packed with so much information, so much wisdom. Not just about waking up early, but about why you should do it, about consistency, about mastery, about how to be really successful in life, how not to just be an average person, how to be the best in your field, to be an iconic individual at whatever it is that you do. And I actually have the notes here from 5 a.m. Club because I just remember it being so good. But the main point is, and was of that TikTok, that when you own your morning, you own your whole day. You set the tone of your day through the morning. And think about it this way. The morning sets the tone for the day, and the day turns into weeks. The days turn into months. The days turn into years, right? And then the years turn into a lifetime. So slowly, by managing one part of your day, the morning, then you help have an impact, a positive impact on the rest of your day. And then what happens is that your whole life slowly stacks up, and it's wonderful because every single day you've woken up early, you've elevated your life because you made this one choice. No one is successful if they're waking up at midday. Your whole day is gone. When I learned about waking up earlier, to me, waking up at 7 a.m. was too late. That is late to me. Waking up at 6 a.m. was late to me. Waking up at 4:45 was a good time to me. And now sometimes I even go to bed and I pray and I'm like, God, please, can you wake me up even earlier? Like, can you wake me up, I don't know, around 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. Because now I don't just follow the things I've learned in the 5 a.m. Club, because naturally, as humans, we evolve, right? That was 2 years ago that I learned about, it was in 2023, that she says the date on my notes as well, when I read the 5 a.m. Club. So now things have changed because I've changed. So now I like to wake up at a time called the Amrit Vela. So Amrit Vela is a term from Sikhism, and it means the ambrosial hour or the witching hour or whatever other people want to call it. And this hour is a really divine hour. This is the time where the veil is the thinnest between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, okay? Because we have different realms. It's not just the physical world that exists. It's not just everything that you see that exists. It's other things that exist beyond that, because the physical realm is not absolute. Okay, you have the energetic, which is the spiritual realm. So you want to be working with the spiritual realm if you want to be someone who's successful. This is why everyone talks about manifestation. This is why I can't read Arabic. This is threw me off. What was I talking about? Oh my god. No, I'm on live. What are you guys gonna do?
Get changed.
Oh, okay. Why were you going?
Hobby's back. I'm gonna go somewhere.
Okay. Oh my god, what was I talking about? Yeah, the spiritual realm. So you want to be working with the spiritual energetic realm, right? If you want to be really successful in life. It's not just about the things that you can change and control in your outer environment. It's more so you change yourself, your whole life changes, right? Because when you, for example, change your perspective on life, you change your energy. You feel different. You feel different emotions. What are emotions? They're energy in motion. So you change the energetic the energetics of things, and then I'm just gonna. Where should we go? Let me see if we can go outside. The thing is, wait, Bart is playing. I'm not gonna be able to hear me outside. For God's sake. I'll just sit here. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So, yeah. If you want to change your life, don't think about just changing the outer world. You have to change. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Like, I hope there's not too many disturbances happening right now. What I can do is shut the window. You guys want to come with me? Okay, I'm in India at the moment, so they have Bard playing and they're allowed to play it like loudly, which is great. I love it. I'm not complaining. Careful, there's this pot of sniper's rifle. I don't know what that means. Okay, wait. Why is this window not shutting? Okay. You guys want to see? It's my grandma's balcony at the moment. I know we've gone off topic. But the baby, my satin. Sorry. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, the morning. So naturally, the Amrit Villa, it's funny that we listen to Bart right now. Yeah, Amrit Villa is a time between 12 till say 4 a.m., right? And you wake up at this time and then you want to meditate, you want to remember God, you want to be in contemplation of God. Because the thing in life that is going to bring you the most happiness is your connection with God. That is it. Your connection to other things is very temporary. It's not really tangible. It's not real. It's very it's what's the word? It's fleeting. Okay. Hi Sam. Yeah. So it's very fleeting, right? And this is why, for example, I was reading in a book. Man has traveled to mountains, right? We've looked into mountains, we've ventured into them, we've found things, and then we've left because we're like, oh, okay, we found things, and now I feel like I need something else. And then you go into the sea, we voyage into the sea, and then we find things in the sea, and we're like, oh, okay, we're still not really happy. Let's go elsewhere. Let's go into people's villages. Let's go here. Let's go here. So people are always going into places, right, and trying to find something that fulfills them. But the thing is, they don't realize that the only place that they need to go is within them, right? Because within you is the kingdom of God. So it is through within you. Jason, can you please keep it down? Yeah, so everything is deep within you. So you can access your inner world, right, which is the land of God, right, at this ambrosial hour. I love you too. Hi. I'm from Sydney and New York. I'm from England, but I'm in India at the moment. So waking up at this time is the most magical time. I don't know if you guys have seen Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza, but Joe Dispenza, when he, read the book, when he started getting into his meditations, he started waking up really early. He started waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to meditate because everybody is asleep. It's a really special time for you to be able to just relax and focus. And when you can do that, when you can wake up every single day and start your day like that, your whole day shifts, okay? The days that I wake up and I do this, I'm the happiest, I'm the most present, I feel so good, I feel so energized. Second of all, so you wake up and you want to focus on meditation, okay? You want to, in whatever way you like to meditate, you can be job, right? You could be doing job, you could be just sitting doing silent meditation, you could be listening to meditation, you could be sitting in contemplation. So contemplation is where the mind is silent, so it's basically like meditation. So sleeping is rest for the body and meditation is rest for the mind. So how often are you getting rest for your mind? Because if your mind is not at ease, then your body can't be at ease, right? Because your mind will be overthinking and then your body can't sleep, right? This is why a lot of people, they have insomnia. It's because their mind is way too active, so they can't sleep. I hope that is making sense.
What you want?
I'm on YouTube Live.
What?
Let me know when you're done. I just feel like, oh, I'm just being so distracted. Just,
Go outside.
how can I go outside with bard playing? Oh gosh, I miss privacy. I miss privacy, honestly. I feel like moving into the mountains just alone. 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 So yes, waking up in the morning is the best time because you're undisturbed, okay? No one's gonna come barging on you. So go to sleep early. Second of all, look, you'll wake up early and then you'll do your meditation, right? Let's say you wake up around 2, 3, you meditate for a bit, an hour, half an hour, whatever it is. Slowly, you'll increase that time, right? Then what you can do is from 5 till 6, or 5 till whatever, or like 6 or whatever, you can go outside and then get some sunlight, because the sunlight, I've spoken about this on many other lives, is super important. I was speaking to this lady who works at our house, and she was telling us, she was like, ever since I started working at your house, my health has suffered. It's because she would go into the fields and she would go pick vegetables in the fields, so she was in the sun, right? But now she's in our house and then she's always inside, so she doesn't really get the sunshine as much. So it's having an effect on her health. And also my friend sent me a podcast that the Diary of a CEO, did with this guy. I can't remember his name, but he just maybe type in sunlight or something. But this guy was also talking about sunlight. But sunlight is super important, okay? When you're not doing things like waking up early, right, and remembering God and having a relationship with God, or like getting some sunshine, or sleeping on time, or things like this that are really natural, your life will really struggle. My mommy's back. Okay, interesting. But yeah, we don't kind of do these things. We don't engage in these things. We've come far away from that, right? We've come far away from like spirituality to some extent. We're so into technology. We're so into materialism and the Maya of this world that we forget our connection to ourselves, our connection to nature, which is the determinant of health. The further away you are from nature, the more you deviate from nature and the natural way of being, the unhealthier you are. Look around you, it's not surprising, right? Like, think about it, we are nature. We are compromised of nature. So if we live in alignment with nature, we will be functioning our most optimal self. People don't do that though. Also, another thing is that we are very in this world, right? We're very taken by this world, like, oh, okay, like, what can we hear by our senses? Let me eat this thing, let me see this thing, let me listen to the best music, let me feel this material, let me have these pleasures. And then what happens is, when you're so taken away by worldly pleasures, by sensory pleasures, you forget how to connect with God, because God is in the subtle energy, okay? This is a reason why a lot of people struggle to understand God, because first of all, God is not something you can see. It is something to be felt, right? God is in the energy. It is consciousness. And she is found in the silence, right? It's beyond gender. So I like to say she, okay? Because a creatrix is a she, right? A woman gives birth, it's a she. So we'll call it a she. But it's like both, okay? So let's not get it twisted. But yeah, she is in the subtle energy, okay? She's in the space between thoughts, in the space between sensation, in the silence, in the void. She's the dark matter, so to speak. She is the potential, right? The unrealized potential that exists. And how can we feel her? We can only feel her if we're in tune with her. And how can we be in tune with her? Well, we can be in tune with her by increasing our sensitivity, but we can't do that when we're constantly exposed. Like, how many of you, please let me know, can sit there and do nothing? where you're not listening to something, you're not watching something, you're not texting someone, you're not thinking something. I mean, okay, yeah, thinking is fine, whatever. Like, you'll get to a point where you'll be beyond that. Maybe, okay, look, you can be thinking, but you're doing it in a way where you're aware of what you're thinking. It's not unconscious thinking, it's conscious thinking. How many of you can do that? Like, just sit for like 5 minutes and just like, in silence. You know? High vibrations with right natural food. Exactly. Eating seasonal food is super important as well, because food releases light. When we eat it, thank you so much. Food releases light, right? So when we eat vegetables, they release a specific light in your body. And this specific light tells your body certain things. So when you are eating food that is out of season, it releases a different light, which affects your body. So it tells your body different things. It gives it different signals. So then this affects your health. Understand? So eating seasonal food is super important. That's how we commune with gods and goddesses. Oh, okay, eating right natural food. I mean, that makes sense, right? Natural, that's it. Like, that's just like got everything in it, right? Like I said, the more we deviate from what's natural, the more unhealthy we are. And the thing is, waking up early is natural. The sun comes up, to be honest, even before the sun comes up. The thing is, I think I saw this video that said it was industrialization that changed people's sleeping patterns, that made it so that we sorry, let me just turn the light on. Okay. Yeah, better. You know, it was industrialization that changed people's sleeping pattern, because obviously you're having to go to sleep at a particular time, to wake up at a particular time, to go to work, and then you're tired, and then, you know, etc., etc. And your whole lifestyle changes when you do a 9 to 5, which is really unnatural. One thing you need to understand is that we live in a very unnatural world, okay? This world is not natural. Having a job is not natural. Going to work is not natural. Living alone in a home where you're away from your friends and family is not natural. Eating processed food that you take from a market, not natural. Having a fridge, not natural. A microwave, not natural. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're doing all these things, and then having Wi-Fi, having radiation, having 5G in your house, in your hands, at all times, to your ear all the time, you know? I mean, today I watched this video that was showing how your food is the same as your family's. What do you mean? Eating too late is also very unnatural. Yeah, I honestly try not to eat after 6 p.m. The sun helps you digest your food. So if you're eating once the sun has gone down, then you're not digesting your food properly. Also, it affects how well you can sleep. Your food is the same, as in like, do I eat the same food as my family? Yeah, sometimes, depends what they eat. We are enslaved. In the 1960s, they encouraged women to feed their infants formula rather than breastfeed so they could continue to work. Oh my god. You know, the really interesting thing is, I saw this clip from this movie, right? And this guy had invented the fridge. It was in America. It was like, I don't know, 70s, I don't know when the fridge was invented. But so the guy was trying to sell the fridge, right? And he's like, look, you're gonna have more time because you can refrigerate things, and there's a washing machine that you can have. And then so the guy was like, okay, so you want us to work more so that we can pay you, so that you basically own us, so we have to pay for the amenity that we're having just so that we can work more. So it's like, if I didn't have these amenities, I could just do this work and have to work less because I don't need to earn so much money to be able to pay for these amenities. Do you understand? Like, we want more and more and more, so we're enslaving ourselves more and more and more. There are people who work for so many long hours for what? For money to buy things that they don't even use? It doesn't make sense. Like, my sister was living in her apartment, right? She was working so many hours from like 10 till 7, like every single day or something. And then the only thing she would basically use her apartment for was to go to sleep. So most people are paying just to find a place to sleep so that they can go to work. Like, it doesn't make sense, you know? And the thing is, I think a lot of people are very stuck in a rigid way. They think that they have to follow a rigid plan. They have to follow this, like, I have to work here, I have to get this degree, I have to do this, I have to do this, and things can only go like this, and I can only take this route. But what you don't understand is life doesn't work like that. Life is full of infinite potentials, okay? There's no point you learning about things like spirituality or listening to like esoteric teachings or wisdom or anything like that if you're not going to apply it into your life, if it's not going to inform your decisions. Right, like, for me, I used to read loads of books, but how much of that information, how much of that knowledge was I applying? And that's the difference. That's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is something you live through, right? Wisdom is something you're doing, whereas knowledge is just information. And a person who doesn't know and a person who knows and isn't using it, they're the same. So you're just wasting your time if you're reading things and listening to things, if you're not actually going to use it into your life. Like, for example, I realized that let's take these off, that sometimes when there's like an argument in my family, let's say, then I want to do it in a way, and it's like, okay, let's really understand this from like all that I know of the world and life and relationships and thought patterns and why people say things and trauma and understanding things. Why don't I actually draw on those things, because it's like I'm bringing these things into practical use. So it's not like, otherwise it's like school, right? Like that's what I guess school teaches you, and maybe that's why people have it where you go to school. Sorry, I'm just really hot. I'm not sitting under a fan right now. Where you go to school, you take on information, you keep it here, and then you offload it when there's an exam, and then it's gone. You don't want to do that in life. I guess that's the pattern that they've taught you. But it's about applying the knowledge that you have so that it can become wisdom. Also, schools teach you to teach the head, right? They teach the mind. They don't teach the heart, right? They're teaching you how to be intelligent here, intellect, knowledge. But knowledge is futile if you don't have morality, if you don't have respect, if you don't understand the value of an individual, the value of people, and how to treat them with reverence and stuff, right? Because that's what's happening right now. Here in Chile, the Indian food is very seasoned, but it's spicy, very seasoned, but it is delicious. Indian food is delicious. I love Indian food. But yeah, we don't teach the heart. This is why life is the way that it is, where we have people who are in charge making decisions from the head. They don't make decisions from the heart. That's why they're going around like dropping things on people that causes explosions. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word on live. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. But yeah, you know what I mean. There's so much violence going on. There's so much, money being pumped into defense and military and stuff like that. Which I just think is does no one think that that's really funny and hilarious and just weird? That if you look at it, like I feel like I have an alien perspective on life sometimes. I just look down on earth at times and I'm like, you people are weird, okay? In school, if two kids have a problem, right, sharing of resources, or one kid's acting one way and another wants to intervene or something like that, the last thing that we're going to think is acceptable is bombing that kid, or telling that child that it's okay to hurt the other child, right? That it's okay. That we'll call it war and we'll say it's acceptable. That it's okay to harm the other individual, right? Like if kids did that, you'd be like, what is going on? Yet, so even like school shootings, right? Oh my God, what's happening? So that's not okay. I'm not saying that that's okay, but where do you think that they're getting this inspiration from? On a large level of adults who are running the world, right? Who kids look up to, who they're being influenced by, and they're doing all these things, like murdering people and throwing bombs on people and starting wars on people and creating nuclear weapons. Oh, that's a bit crazy, right? It's a bit sadistic, right? A bit sadomasochistic. But I guess that's just the shadow side of humanity, right? And I guess that's something that we have to accept, that we have a very dark side. We love and we are drawn to the darkness in life, right? We're drawn to gory films, horror films, violent films, like weird things. I guess that's just life. There's polarity that exists that we have to accept. But like I said, if we had schools that talked about the heart and not just the brain, we would have a very different world where we would actually value each other. Because is that not the most important thing to learn, right? Like, who would you go to? Would you go to the number one cardiologist, right, or heart surgeon who has zero empathy, zero compassion, zero anything? Or would you go to like the third or fourth one that is extremely compassionate, very empathetic, a great listener, moral, has great values. Which one would you go to, right? Do you want to get in? I don't. It's my brother. Chile is in South America. I'm aware. I'm not really seeing much of Chile. I think I watched food cuisine channels. Yeah, it's by design. Someone call me? No. Thought someone had called me. But yes, please dedicate your mornings to waking up early. Just try it one day, okay? What do you have to lose? Wake up, and sit in contemplation. Give your mind some rest. That is where you find true peace. That is the source of all of your happiness. I promise you, nothing will ever give you more peace, more bliss than that, right? People are trying to take your attention all the time, okay? In Hindi, आपको गुमराह कर रहे हैं सब, okay? They're trying to delude you. Would that be the right word? Delusion? I'm trying to say it's like a delusion. It's like an illusion, okay? That's Maya, right? That's the illusion. It's like, look at me. I'm a shiny little thing. Come to me, get me. I'm a brand new house. I'm a brand new car. I'm these clothes. I'm this status. I'm this job. I'm this position. If you get me, you'll be happy. But you'll never be happy because what do you notice? You notice that once you get that thing, it's like, oh, I need the next thing now. I need the next thing now. I need to get this thing to impress this person. And then your whole life is spent trying to impress other people, caring what other people think, doing things that you don't actually want to do for things that aren't actually going to make you happy. You know, it's a sad life. But if you can catch it now, early on, then you'll be due to live a very happy, fulfilling life, which is what I want for everybody because you deserve it. Yeah. Huh? How are we gonna go? I do want to get
Call them home.
You want to call them home?
Now, yeah.
Who did you call? The same person?
I don't know. Who did you call?
Okay. I'm gonna go get my Mendy done, but it was really fun. I hope you guys learned something. If not, that's also okay. Let me know if you want, like, what else it is that you want me to speak about. If anything, if there's something you didn't agree with, if there's something you did agree with, blah, blah. Peace.